Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing the Black is Beautiful all fragrances that have black bottles tag or video, and I'm just going to go through all of mine. This is actually the first video where I used the community tab to talk to you guys, to let you guys vote on what you wanted, and this is the one you chose. So I'm here to do it. I actually didn't realize how many fragrances I actually would have. I have 20 that are in black bottles, which is insane. It's not so surprising that I have a good chunk because I do really like the way black bottles look in a collection, but I'm also not someone that almost ever really buys a fragrance based on the bottle, so I wasn't expecting to have so many. So I won't actually go super in depth into each one and the note breakdowns, but I've pretty much talked about every one of these fragrances, at least in a very small way, or maybe like a full review in one of my videos. So you guys can go and check those out if you're more interested in like more in-depth reviews, but I don't want this video to be, I don't know, like over 30 minutes long or like an hour long of me going through each fragrance. So we will get started. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video, and let's get into it. So we will start with the 5 Lush body sprays that I have because they're all always going to be in black bottles. They all look the same, and they are technically, they're body sprays, but they're, my fragrances. So I will go through them quickly. You've seen them all before. Maybe I'll try to go through the order that I've picked them up, but I had Snow Fairy first, and I've had it for the longest. I wish I could see. The only bad thing about black bottles is they're usually opaque all the way through, so you can't really see how much you've got left. But anyways, so this is the one I've probably used the most. Snow Fairy, I love it. I don't even have to spray it. It's very beast mode, and it smells just like the Snow Fairy body wash and products that smell like that. So anyways, I always love them. I recommend all the Lush body sprays. You just have to find one that works for you in terms of scent, but in terms of longevity, projection, sillage, and all that, they're not at a body spray level. They are like eau de toilette, eau de parfum levels, so they're great. Then I think I got Sakura and the Comforter around the same time in the same haul. So yeah, love Sakura. I've loved the scent Sakura and the bath bomb for as long as I've been shopping at Lush ever since I was little. And the Comforter is one that grew on me. This tends to be a really big seller and favorite among people, especially if you like blackcurrant cassis type scents. It's very much like that, and this grew on me. At first, I was not a fan that much, but well, when I mean like of the actual product scent, but then by the time I liked it, I knew I wanted it in a body spray as well. And then the last two I got were Sex Bomb and Honey I Washed the Kids, both of which are incredible scents. Sex Bomb is like very jasmine, sage-like. It's very seductive. And then Honey I Washed the Kids is amazing. It's just amazing. It's like honey and caramel and very much like a creamed honey, milky type, super sweet fragrance. So yeah, love those. Gone through them quickly and definitely recommend them, and I would pick up more of their body sprays as well. Now we get to the fragrances. I am also going to get the 2 bottles that are technically gray out of the way, but these are the only 2 gray bottles, so I'll have never mentioned them if I do like another color video. And yeah, it's like light black. So the first one is French Grey, Nirvana French Grey by Elizabeth and James. I've talked about this multiple times on my channel. I love this fragrance. It's very lavender, tea-like, and yeah, I really like it. It's a dark gray, so I'm just including it in this, but this is discontinued, so when and if you do find it, it's very reduced in price, and I definitely recommend it if you like lavender, herbal tea scents. And the other one is much more of a light, transparent gray black, and this is Born Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker, and I have not worn this in a while. Yeah, it's nice. I like it more than Lovely, which is kind of like my only thing I always say when I talk about this fragrance. It was probably just like $19.99. I forget when now from when I picked it up, but it's nice. I wouldn't absolutely say you need to rush out and get it, but if you didn't like Lovely and you think you won't like Born Lovely, I think Born Lovely is much, much nicer than regular Lovely, personally. Okay, so now the rest are definitely black, and we can start with one of my favorites that I've talked about in so many videos, including the 3 that smell like me, Athalia by Parfume de Marly. It is a beautiful, just like powdery iris fragrance. It's very feminine. It's pretty similar to Prada Infusion d'Iris, but this is more feminine, whereas I feel like the Infusion d'Iris, at least the original iris one, is quite unisex, and this leans a little bit more feminine. I love the way this fragrance just makes me feel, and I love wearing it, and I wish this is the kind of fragrance where if I were to be a signature fragrance person, I would love if people like would smell this and then think of me. I'm not that kind of person, obviously, but this is one where it's just, I don't know, I just love it more every single day. Yeah, love that. Beautiful bottle, and it's really stunning. Again, it's opaque, so you can't actually see how much you've got left. One that you can see, however, is L'Ange Noir, the Eau de Parfum by Givenchy, because it has like an ombre. The bad part about the bottle is the bottom here is sparkly, and the sparkles do actually rub off. Not incredibly so, but definitely noticeably, and as you know with glitter, it will be on you or you'll find it like weeks later. But I love this fragrance. It's super unique. It's a very, very realistic almond scent. It's not sweet at all, so I find that I can definitely layer it with sweeter fragrances and have this nuttiness kind of poke through, or if I just want to wear this, it's really beautiful, super unique, and I love that. Then a fragrance I don't talk about often, but I really do like, and I always use in the fall winter, Oud Noir, and this is just the Parfum Royal, and this is from Primark actually. Many years ago, I feel like it's either Spain, Amsterdam, somewhere in Europe, and it might have been Amsterdam, not sure, but anyways, it's beautiful. I absolutely love this, and it's a really, really nice, inexpensive, super inexpensive oud fragrance. I don't talk about it that much because while it's one of my favorite inexpensive ouds, you can't really find it even at Primark. So I do like it. If you ever do find it, totally recommend, but I wouldn't rush out to try to pay or find or like snag this this fragrance. Another oud, inexpensive oud that I really do like, an Oud Rose, sorry. This is, and I always forget, it's like Midnight Amber, I think is what it's called, by Oscar de la Renta. And this one's a lot easier to find. This is much more of a Oud Rose. It's sweeter, it's jammier. What I like more about the Oud Noir is it's a lot more of a deeper oud and kind of like in a medicinal oud, and it's not super rosy, whereas this is definitely a rose oud. And if you've got one rose oud or you start collecting them, they do definitely start to have similarities, but this is a really beautiful oud rose for how inexpensive it is, and you can definitely find this. This was $19.99 where I found it, but it's usually around that kind of price when you do, and it's a lot easier to find than the Oud Noir as well. All right, so then we move on to another celebrity fragrance. I actually totally forgot about this one. This is Fame by Lady Gaga. I've not worn this in a while. I used to wear this a lot. As you can see, I got about halfway into it. And it's nice. It's kind of berry-like. I just haven't worn it in a long time. I always say this, but I feel like the fragrance is a lot safer than what you would assume this would be like. And while the juice is opaque black, the whole thing, or like the shtick about this when it came out, is that it sprays transparent. So you don't have to worry. You can even spray it when you're wearing light clothing or a white shirt and it won't stain it. So yeah, it's nice. It's all right. I was into it for a while. I'm definitely not anymore. And while it's discontinued, I'm sure you can find it online if you do happen to be into it. One I love, however, is Colonia Essenza by Acqua di Parma. I talked about this in my Acqua di Parma video. I just adore this. I like it just a little bit more than the regular Colonia, which I do own as well. It's just a little bit, It's a little bit creamier, a little bit more barbershop-y. Oh, it's stunning. It's the kind of reimagined newer version of that, and it's exactly that. I adore this fragrance. It's very much, you know, spring, summer technically, but I find this one leans itself into fall and winter a lot easier than the regular cologne, just because it's got a touch more of that creaminess and less of the, you know, cutting heat citrus. It definitely still has citrus, but it's kind of like a citrus aftershave fragrance, and I love it. I love it on me. I'd love it on men. I just think it's beautiful all around. Then a fragrance I kind of picked up over the last 2 months, Lady Vengeance by Juliette Has a Gun. I've spoken about this. Francis Kurkdjian was the perfumer on this, so it was kind of, you know, highly rated out of Juliette Has a Gun fragrances, and I definitely do like it. It's rosy. It's got ISOE Super, which gives it like a little bit of a lemoniness, but also, at least on my skin, it gives it like a touch of that tartness. And so, like at some points, and it's lost it for me, but at the beginning I could smell the ISOE Super, I think, or something, and it was giving me like an oud type scent to it. And now I only get that lemoniness. But yeah, it's really nice. I do like it. I'll like it more in fall and winter, but it is really nice. Then a fragrance I love, Everything and Nothing by Tokyo Milk, and this has sweet orange, pressed petals, tea leaves, and desert moss. It's very much like steeped dark tea, a little bit of like very sweet citrus, and yeah, it's kind of like dark and gloomy, but in a tea fragrance, and I really do love it. Then a fragrance that it's gonna take me a lifetime to go through. I feel like I need to pull this out and put it in that list of fragrances that I'm trying to finish up, because otherwise it just kind of sits there. But really, this is Rock Princess by Vera Wang. It has like the ring and this, so it's hard to, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of rum-like. There's like a rum note to it, and then it's fruity florals, basically. It's not anything particularly special. I wouldn't rush out to get it. I feel like all 3 of the princess fragrances that I own from Vera Wang, the regular, this, and then, or maybe it's not even the regular, I don't know. But all 3 of them were probably purchases I didn't need to make, and they were purchases that I knew at the time weren't gonna blow me away, but it was just those kind of $19.99 shopper's shelf ones where I'm like, oh, well, I'm sure it's like a good steal, it'll be fine, and I just never really reach for them enough. So it's okay. It's definitely the most mature out of all the princesses I tried, and I do like it more than the original or whatever I have that's like purple. I do like it more than that, but I really have to like dedicate myself to kind of wearing this, because it's not one I would just want to smell like all day. I'll probably end up spraying this like on pillows and stuff to try to go through it. So that's that. A fragrance I literally have not pulled out since I've done my second impressions on it. So again, it's gonna be a mission to finish. This is Hugo Boss. I always forget what this is called. I'll put the name here. I think it's just like Femme, Pour Femme, something like that. And again, I probably won't be able to smell this because this is so light, and I can smell it a little, but it's a very light fragrance. Like, it's kind of a skin scent upon first spray. It's got literally 0 sillage, and it doesn't really project either. You can smell it on your skin, which at first I thought I was anosmic to it. You can smell it on your skin. If you spray a lot of other fragrances around, this gets even lighter, but it is nice. Like, now having smelled it, maybe I just needed to take some time away from it because it was such a disappointing blind buy, because I couldn't smell it at first. But now I feel like I will wear it. This is one that I have to just wear to bed and finish up because I need my fragrances to have some projection, some sillage, and this is truly 0 on that front. But yeah, it's okay. It's very much like a soft white floral lily of the valley type scent. Then we have Black Opium by YSL, and this one, because it has the cutout, again, you can see how much you've got left, and I've got a whole bunch left. This is one that this and actually the next one I'm going to talk about were fragrances that are very, very popular that I liked enough, but not to own. And I found both of them on sale at the same time. So for that deal, I thought it would be nice to have them as part of my collection because they're just kind of classics. It's nice. I'll wear it from time to time, more likely in colder weather, but this is never going to be like my signature scent personally. The other one I'm referring to is Tom Ford Black Orchid. This one I like a little more just because it's got an edge to it. It's very unisex. It's kind of bitter. And I find that less people wear this than this, even though they're both popular scents that you end up smelling like other people. This one's got a little bit more of an intrigue to it personally. But yeah, they're nice. Then a fragrance I actually do really like, Black Perfecto by La Petite Robe Noire by Guerlain. It's very like cherry almond leather jacket. I don't know. It smells like a leather jacket and then you're wearing like cherry almond perfume and like a fake cherry lip gloss or something. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like very punk pop-ish. And yeah, it's really nice. It lasts a long time. You can like sleep in it and then wake up and it'll still be on your skin, like the absolute dry down. So yeah, I think that were all my bottles. I think that was it. Yeah, those were all my bottles. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at all the black bottles I have as part of my collection. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!